Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, welcome everybody to another day of StarCraft 2. Today we are having some of the cream of the top, the pie of the world. It's gonna be a whole lot of Korean players duking it out here. Somewhere in between we're gonna have a little ITaX players sprinkled in from the Americas, which, you know, everybody's very hyped for as well, I would assume, as he has been taking games pretty much from most people there. He's been practicing in Korea as well for a while. It's of course Estrella. We're gonna have him today as well. Yeah, very much looking forward to it. I hope you guys are all strapped up, strapped in. And that sounded weird. Don't take that the weird way. Anyway, yeah, we're starting off with Zest versus Cure, of course. If you're not familiar just yet with the overall progression of the hot streak, it is going to be... Oh, actually, before I forget, we should have this logo up. There it is. Hot streak. Bam! There it is. Okay, now we're looking good. Yeah, so if you're new to this one, it is going to be best of threes, right? A sort of kind of king of the hill. But then instead of a best of one, we're having best of three. So Cure versus Zest are going to have a best of three. The winner of that one takes, first and foremost, I think it's like $30. Let me see, actually. Is it $30 or is it like 10? Huh. I think 30. I think that's around on the ballpark here. Anyway, I'm not completely familiar actually with the prize pool. I don't get the prize pool, so that kind of makes sense. But anyway, Zest versus Secure. The winner of that one moves on, and they're gonna fight the next opponents, and then they're gonna have a best of three. The winner of that one keeps moving on, and keeps gaining more and more money, right? So as long as you keep winning, you get some nice prizes here. If you don't win, you know what? That's fine too. I suppose all you did was play a best of three against one of the better opponents that you could ask for. And that's some great practice for these guys anyway, right? So I guess that's... it's only a best of three in that sense, right? It's not like you've invested an entire day into a tournament. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't always pay off. But, yeah, anyway. These players, the better you do, the more money you get. The more money you get means the better you've done. And then in the end, of course, we'll finish it off with a nice best of 5 series. And you know what? Because that is, of course, the last one. The person that is last, we give them a little bit of extra money for their troubles if they do win that one. Oh, yeah. So each match win is worth $30, and the best of 5 is worth $50. So if you want to go for those big bucks, of course, trying to stick around until that best of 5 takes place is probably the best way to do so. Also, what's up, Zarek? Definitely's here, I see. That's awesome, dude. Wait, what is that? Asu? Alright, yeah, I agree, man. I think my overall Twitch lingo is not up to date, it seems. Huh, anyway. Asu, dude. Alright. I hope that doesn't mean anything. Oh, is it like, what's up? Ah! Alright, there we go. The more you know, the more I've learned right now. Thank you for thank you for that. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm just chilling. You know what? Hopefully this afternoon I'm gonna be able to meet my little new cousin that has been born recently. It's been a little bit difficult to visit, of course, with the whole Corona thing and stuff like that. I'm not really allowed to go over there, but we're gonna try to figure something out anyway. And yeah, so I'm excited for that one. Hope that it's gonna work out. But then until that moment, of course, we're gonna have some amazing StarCraft 2. So you know what, I'm pretty stoked already for that as well. And would be a nice consolation to just at least have this. If I'm not even going to be able to meet him today. But anyway, you know what, it's going to happen eventually, right? He's supposed to be around my sister for a while, so it's what I hear. I hear children tend to do that, so I think we'll be okay. But yeah, thanks, man. Uncle Kozan. Big Uncle Kozan. That's crazy. It's crazy to me. But it's pretty cool. It is cool. Anyway, looks like Zest and Cure have met up in the lobby right here. We're actually starting on Purity and Industry. An interesting map choice, but you know what? I'm not one to complain about it. Zest, yeah, man. Zest is going to be playing here. Zest versus Cure. Cure is in the building. He's in the house. The first one here to get 2 wins is going to be moving onwards, is going to grab themselves the 30 bucks that's on the line here, and then moves on to fight the next opponents. Now, I'm not quite sure if you guys want me to tell you who the next opponents are. If you want to figure it out, it is of course in the bracket. You'll be able to see every player that is coming up, and actually the specific order of them as well. But personally, I feel like if I was still watching this, then I probably wouldn't want to know specifically. I would like kind of like a little bit mystique, some mystery surrounding my StarCraft 2 players that are about to show up here. You know, but that's just me. Maybe that's just me. So I'm gonna try my best not to reveal any of the other players that are coming up. Let's hope we get everything sorted. It looks like Kyo is ready to go. Zest, I'm not quite sure. He's talking in Korean. So we're gonna have to wait and see what that is all about. Yeah, so a little bit of downtime here to start. Sorry about that one, guys. Not much we can do about it, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll maintain our enthusiasms just for now. He was asking if you're casting Zest. Yeah, man, I'm casting Zest. Zest versus Cure. There's also a Korean stream actually going on. So if you prefer Korean, there is a Korean stream. Let me see actually. It should be... I'm gonna quickly go to the pre-roll, guys. Don't fear. It's just to show him the Korean stream, right? Check the bottom there. It's gonna be twitch.tv/IntoTheClan. Twitch.tv/IntoTheClan, and that's where the Korean stream is at as well. All right. Right, hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So if you want to see the Korean version, then that is always a possibility. If you want to stick around here, you know what? I'm not gonna be complaining about that either. Of course, I would love to have your company here, but oh well. Oh well. Your viewing pleasure comes first, of course. Yeah, there's the bracket, guys. Make sure to feast your eyes upon those incredible StarCraft 2 players that are coming up. What's happening? What is happening? Inu is talking a lot as well. Just send a quick message that I'm confused here. Maybe Inu is gonna send me a quick message. Inu is the Korean commentator. Of course, he's a big organizer for the Into the Clan, who is a big part of this one as well. And helps out with a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, anyway. Zest vs. Q, I am still waiting for some sort of a response. The chat is going crazy, guys. I'm not quite sure. Maybe there are Koreans in the chat here. Are there people that can read Korean? Maybe I'll just put it on the screen here. And then you're going to be able to just maybe translate it for me. Kira's still like, go, go. Just an entire conversation between Zest and Inu, it seems. Maybe Zest needs a moment for something. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, gives me a second to have another sip of my water. So yeah, how are you guys actually doing? How you doing? Davin, Zarek, what's up? How are you all today? I think it's starting, guys. I think it's starting. The best of 3. The first one, Zest finally ready for this one. Gonna try to get rank 1 on Snake. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Slitherio. Yeah, I hear that's it's a good one. Got 1 stream on each monitor. Couldn't be better. Ah, nice. I don't know what else is happening at the moment, but is it just a Korean stream so you can see both perspectives or something like that? Is that the case? Anyway. Here we go. Best of 3. Starting off, guys, in the 12 o'clock location. Oh, right. Oh, I see as well happening. Wait, isn't Renegade now also casting that one, actually? Do they have 2 casters instead of 1 now? Is that the luxury that has been bestowed upon them? Nice. Alright, anyway. They started off with 0. And now they have 2. That's fine. Anyway, the red Protoss player right here. You know him because he is, of course, the obvious best in the world. Especially at Brodals, he is a zest. He's from Razor Edge Gaming, right? Yeah, okay. Razor Edge Gaming zest. And over here, the Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the Terran in the blue colors. He's none other than Cure. Handling the blue pieces of the Terran. And handling them quite well, I hear, as he is pretty much one of those Terrans right now that is in contention of being the best Terran in the world at the moment. Of course, Maru Innovation, people like those still have something to say about it. And TY perhaps as well, as he has been picking up steam again as well, it seems. Green stream, if you... Ah, there you go. Thank you, Zarek. Thank you. Getting people informed about all the options, linguistic options that they have. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm Dutch. Don't blame me. SEV going on a little excursion here. I'm gonna try to figure out what is happening in Zest Space. It's nothing too special, I'm telling you right now. And this is an interesting factory position. Looks like it is gonna be waypointed towards that left side as well. Might just be for quicker access to a drop position. Is that the case here? Interesting. But why would you put a waypoint here from the factory? Okay, he stopped doing that. That makes more sense. On the Marine right now. Alright, well, we'll figure that out later on, as more of the information reveals itself to us. Over here, 2 gas now for Zest has been made available for mining. And it's going to be the Twilight Council. You know what? Can't say I'm too surprised. This is one of the more common openings right now for the Protoss, of course. The Hellion as well, we're seeing this more and more often, just a single Hellion. Very likely that there will be Widow Mines following this up to accompany the, actually a second Hellion being created. Okay, so it might just be more of a Hellion opening here. Very interesting. Oh, a nice little ambush there from those Marines. Gonna be able to get quite a good amount of health from that Adept. And the Adept, is he gonna let his Shade finish? No, he's not. And now that might have been a mistake, because there's a Hellion on top of him as well. Thought he was safe, but no sir, he was not. If the Shade went backwards, actually, he may have been able to save that one. But of course, at the same time, I mean, makes sense that he's used to sending those Shades backwards to try and get more distance between the Marines and his Adept. Because then the Marines are very likely to have to chase that Shade as well. Chewbaccaroo! Thank you for that follow. Welcome to the crew, Chewbaccaroo. Alright, Blink on the way here. Good amount of Stalkers as well already to spot over here. It's just a couple of Marines, it looks like. Would be nice to have those, of course, going into the main base. Perhaps for some of those probes into the natural, and then, you know what, just having those aliens coming in as well at the same time. Oh my god, are you kidding me? He made a full wall off with this gateway. That is so smart. Zest already figuring stuff out here. He's going to cancel that one most likely as well. Oh, yeah, well, I guess he does have Blink coming up, so he doesn't necessarily have to. But yeah, Cure has to find another way in. Comes in with the Aliens and the Medevac here. He's going to try to target down as many probes as possible for 7. Oh my dear lord. Might even get a Stalker here. That's too good to let that happen. Alright, did lose 7 workers though in total. For the price of a Medevac, 6 Marines and 3 Hellions though. So that is still a costly attack, but you know what, overall Cure does tie up that worker count nicely this way. And is going to follow this up with a Banshee play as well, without Cloak. Interesting, very interesting. Alright, anyway, we'll have to wait and see how that is going to unfold. Zest did let this wall off finish here, so he is kind of committed to base for a moment. Unless if he makes a Warp Prism and gets some of those probes out. Man, if you are going to do that, you may as well take that island expansion, right? You may as well try to do that. So far, I mean, I've not seen that many people taking an island expansion. Sometimes a Terran player did make an attempt, but you know what, it's so easy for people, because this is the pathway people usually take to fly around, right? So you always have like this free check every time you send anything across, because over here, of course, you are free of those slow zones, especially if you go past this way as well. Even more so, of course. Right, well, There is a Banshee Theory. Thanks for the follow as well. Alright, Raven coming up here now as well. It's a nice follow-up, of course, with the Twilight Council being available. So possibility to get anything is in the way, shape or form as DTs. But then also, of course, Angry SC2. Nice! Getting a little bit of a follow train here. I appreciate it, guys. But anyway, yeah, Banshee does come in. There's no cloak, as of course, but does still manage to get 2 probes. Anyway, as I was saying, the Raven overall, very useful tool for the Terran in TVP. We'll be able to see those observers around his base. So, you know what, Cure is going to be able to keep his movements a little bit more easily hidden. Although he's just going to go for a harassment with this Raven, it looks like. It is going to get spotted by that observer, but Cure... Luckily, a Raven can see that, so he's now aware that, that he did get spotted. Smokenaces, there we go. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Right, guys, hope you're ready for all this sweet Korean StarCraft 2 action. As more is coming your way. We've only just started today, and it's looking pretty darn solid here. If we take a look at the overall brackets, if you want to get that revealed for yourself. Murray as well. Damn, man, it's an endless supply of people today, it seems. It just doesn't quit. Alright, well, this is it's making me a lot of fun. Well, giving me a good mood, but you know what? Yeah, I need to say things as well. Anyway, Lancer as well. Thank you so much. Alright, so focusing on this game. There's a cannon being set up. Zest not wanting to have another one of those Banshees come in and wants to have that freedom, of course, to be walking around with those Stalkers here. So he has a little bit more map presence. And right now his awareness is absolutely crazy, right? He has an observer here. He has 2 observers. Well, actually, a War Prism here as well. Not an observer. And the Watchtower as well. On the other side, Cure. He did send a Marine across, so he knows that there's a 3rd base. Other than that, it's a little bit hidden here. Does use a stim there, doesn't stim everything I suppose, but still it was a observer that was standing still, so I'm not quite sure if that was completely necessary. That's just the tiniest of things there, costing him a little bit of energy on those medevacs. Let's see. Ooh, that Raven might get targeted down. You need to be ever so careful whenever you're moving out as a Terran here, especially against those Blink Stalkers. Terralirium as well, joining in the crowd. Hope you're having a good time. More Blink Stalkers. Actually, are those Blink Stalkers? No, they're just the Zealots and the rest of the army here. The Stalkers trying to come around from the backside. Try to get some work done that way. Let's see if this War Prism... Alright, still over here. There is one Stalker. Just checking to see if there's a 3rd base there. It does manage to get a little bit of poke damage. But yeah, nothing that he really wanted to get done there. I guess it does cause a little bit of a distraction as well, as now the Warp Prism comes in here for a little bit free, I suppose. The armor missile coming off here. This is a nice, really nice moment for Zest here, with these Zealots coming into the natural base as well. And the Warp Prism still, you know what, capable of dishing out all sorts of counterattacks here. As Cure is kind of stuck on his ramp, so Cure definitely in a hot spot right now, needs to get himself in some sort of a position where he will be able to deal some actual damage here on his opponent, as he is taking quite a beating on the home front. A lot of those innocent workers gonna get gunned down, or well, gunned down. They're gonna get chopped up by those side blades, of course. Nasty occurrence, but you know what, that is war after all. Stalkers doing their best to fight off against the the Marine Marauder invaders that got lifted up there. Alright, Zealots a little bit grouped up there trying to engage this. I'm not quite sure why Zest is trying to do this. I guess he is losing some infrastructure here. And, well, he's pretty safe right now, isn't he? Those siege tanks out of range of most of everything else. And, oh, this is a really good position actually, with this, the opening being on that side. The siege tanks are capable of shooting down quite a bit here, and it looks like Zest, I'm not quite sure why he's choosing to go down here, but he's losing a whole lot of his army, and GG is called. Cure taking game number 1. Alright, so yeah, I'm a bit hesitant to say why Zest decided to take the fight there. Not sure if it was completely necessary, but in the end, that is what happens, of course. So Well, it's up to him. He's the pro player. Turned out that he did lose quite a lot of units that way, and did give Kjør the possibility to keep going. Maybe he felt like if he did let Kjør just sit there for a lot longer period of time, ultimately, you know what, he would just encroach and keep encroaching on his position, and it would just become more and more difficult, perhaps. But yeah, not the cleanest of engagements there, I'd say, nonetheless, still. Anyway, he still has another shot at this, of course. Can try again here. Zest, is he going to be capable of beating Kjør twice in a row, though? That is the question here. Kjør, a absolute beast of an opponent. But then again, Zest, he is the best. Although, to be fair, I am noticing sometimes, maybe it's just our online cups and stuff, he doesn't perform up to his usual offline tournament standards. For some reason, it just doesn't seem to be all there when he's playing online. But maybe he's going to prove me wrong here. I don't know. It's just gonna happen a couple of times. I feel like I'm seeing a pattern being developed here, but I could be wrong. Anyway, in the bottom right side, there he is, the red Protoss. He's from Raise Your Edge Gaming. He is Zest. In the top left side, we have the blue Terran. He is fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Also a part of Into the Clan here, as we can see by that lovely little icon over there. Anyway, he is Kjør. Quite capable with those Terran units over there, as we saw that previous game. Did take quite a beating back at home, and I thought, Zest, all you got to do right now is just kind of hold on. But Kjør putting too much pressure on the front door, making Zest feel like he had to do something at the time. And yeah, taking a good fight. And there it was. Let's see. Anti-Tank telling us Kjør just played in the ESL Online Cup. Really? Did that just finish right now? That is crazy. So he's good and well warmed up then, I suppose. Yeah, these players, they love to just have these big marathons of just continuously playing, it seems. I mean, you know what? I don't blame him if you're winning money because of this. That's just a good thing, right? Right, probe does hide on this side. Do feel like it has been spotted. So, unfortunately for Zest, but he's still going to be able to get a little bit of a block off here. Let's see how Kjør deals with this. Is he going to throw down that command center a little bit to the right? Good blocking so far, actually. Reasonable delay there, around like 70 or 80 minerals over the normal value. Having enough money for a supply depot, basically, straight afterwards at the same time. And let's see what Kjør actually scouted. Okay, so all he scouted was the Nexus. And that's going to give him the confidence to stop, well, roaming around there with his SCV. Come back around and start mining as well. Let the Reaper do the rest. So there's not much else, of course, for him to figure out there. Alright, so let's take a look at what is going to happen here with the Adept and the Reaper dance. Nothing too much at this moment in time. Zest doing a good job keeping that Reaper away. He's going to have that second adapter available as well, of course, here. Does get a good scout on that robotics facility for Kjør. Alright, good delay there. Zest actually... That is so close to finishing up there. That's very unfortunate, of course. If that had finished up, he would have been able to send that SCV inside of the orbital, or the command center. It's not an orbital yet. That's his dream, though, of course, becoming an orbital. It's someday. It's kind of like me and my casting career. Anyway. To Adept shading in. Trying to get some work done. Looks like some Widowmine drops are on the way here. What else? Oh, a very quick robotics bay being added into the mix for Zest. I don't think Kjør got the scout on that one just yet. No, he did not. Alright. Maybe you can kind of assume is almost getting into that position, but how often do really Protoss hide their tech over here, right? That's a very uncommon thing. So, yeah, I don't blame Kjør for not really committing to trying to find out what is over there. As that, of course, would be the death of that Reaper, most likely. keeping that one around is still very valuable all on its own as well. Alright, Zest. Only killing one worker so far, but you know what, the overall adept pressure does seem to be pretty good. Did deny mining there for a little bit. If we look at the income graph there, we can see a slight advantage for Zest so far. Nothing too crazy just yet. And it should equalize out pretty soon here. Maybe even go into Cure's favor a little bit, as of course those mules do pretty well as well at mining. And if you do get pressured not to mine at a certain location, you're gonna save up some of the energy perhaps. That's if you just threw them down at the... ooh. Oh, that's always unfortunate there. Mule with full minerals there, not being able to deliver anything here. Okay, Cure trying to delay that mining a little bit further here, but doesn't get too much done. Only 2 probes getting killed off. There is a Hellion and a Reaper at the same time, though, who might be able to get quite a bit of damage here. Look at that, actually. 8 so far. Holy moly, that's one of the first time I've seen the single Hellion and the Reaper being able to do that much damage. That's 5 kills right there by those 2 units. That is pretty badass. And Zest, what in the... what is this? Alright, well, some sort of monstrosity just appeared from that Warp Prism. There is a Viking here to chase it down, though, so... you know what, Zest can't get too much done, but that was not something you see every day, that is for sure. And we has to move backwards here, of course, now. That was a cool-looking Colossus. I agree, actually. Zest having a very cool skin. Cure, though, Cure not having a single skin at all whatsoever. He's kind of the vanilla Terran player here. Right, there we go. Now the Colossus is going to be able to just target down quite a couple of those SCVs. Look at him go. 6 of them falling right there. Ooh, the Viking comes back, though. Needs to be careful. There is a Raven now on the field as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. It is at the natural base. They didn't have enough energy, though, yet for the interference matrix. But yeah, that could definitely be quite a painful occurrence here for Zest if that does manage to land on that Warp Prism when the Colossus, of course, does get dropped. Could be very painful. Do you know what, Zest? Let's just assume you're full now that he is too good to let that happen. Right. It's ready now. He's waiting for the shield to recharge, and then he's gonna attempt again. Gonna try to go in one more time here. Cure still roaming around with those Widowmain mine drops. Not really getting too much value. Just getting a single more of the probes killed. Nothing too horrid. But, yeah, actually kind of nice and equal there on the workers killed. The third base for Zest has been mining for a while now. I believe, yeah, looks like it. Only right now Cure getting his SCVs over here. He doesn't really have enough SCVs to get full saturation going. So, we'll see. The code didn't work. It might be because you're on the wrong page. That could be the thing, right? There's somebody, anti-tank. Thank you for helping out actually with the codes, of course, first and foremost. But yeah, there are 2 pages for the Mecharinos. So if you want to help out, definitely check both those websites. And one works on one of the websites, and the other works for the other one. So we get double the extra benefits from those Mecharinos. I think it's because Mecherino only allows you to have a prize pool for a certain amount of people. So to get the rest, also some extra money. That's why we have those 2. Anyway, looks like we are having a big engagement coming up right here. This steamboat for Zest is, well, steaming. He's coming in right here. A nice little wall off here, especially with that Widowmine. Those zealots very clumped up, all using their charge on those supply depots. Anti-armor missile. That was a absolutely brilliant engagement for Cure. And Zest, well, that wasn't all that swell for him. That is a... oh my god, the denial on those zealots. That is in the nick of time. None of them get warped in. And that's gonna be it. Zest has to tap out. Are you kidding me? Damn, that ended quickly. Cure out of nowhere just kind of coming in with 2 medevacs. jumping on top of that pylon, being able to gun it down as quickly as that, before Zest could really respond. And there wasn't any secondary pylon there to help facilitate that warping, so all of those zealots did go down very quickly. And, well, that engagement as well. Zest not being aware that there were supply depots up there, so all the zealots charging first and foremost onto the supply depots, getting all clumped up and nice targets for the Widow Mine, getting an insane shot off, and, well, then the siege tanks just kind of finished everything else off, with more than enough bio to supply the victory on that side, and then the drop being able to just manage to get another straight up victory there by killing pretty much everything in the third base. It's weird how Cure does well against Zest in online tournaments, but at the GSL, Zest beat him 2-1. Yeah, I agree. I think Zest is just a little bit less, you know, less good in online cups, I think. Or maybe he saves his best builds. Yeah, that could be the case as well. But I'm not quite completely sure if it was build-wise, right, in that situation. He just kind of... What you want to do is you want to send in one zealot first and foremost, right? And then he wasn't aware. He didn't spot the... well, yeah, of course, the one zealot to send in against that Widow Mine. Back at home... He wasn't unaware completely of those drops, right? He didn't manage to spot them. He didn't have an observer there. He didn't have a spotting pylon there either. Which definitely could have helped, right? I mean, you saw how close those zealots were to warping in. He would not have lost all those probes if all those zealots did get warped in. That would not have looked like that. And yeah, just a simple pylon to the right over there would have prevented all those Marines and Marauders just running in like that as quickly as they did. You would have a little bit more notice, and you know what? A little bit more notice can make the entire difference sometimes. Yeah, and he didn't really scout what kind of defenses Cure had. He kind of was just a little bit like, alright, let's just go. And that was before he started losing stuff at the third base as well. Like, if you are losing all your probes at the third base, right, I can see why you would try to just then go into that natural base, try to just make something happen, break the front door open and deal some damage yourself, but that wasn't the case. He was still pretty relaxed in that time period, and he didn't have to push in like that. But yeah, anyway, that's what happens. Zest, unfortunately, losing there, but you know what? We do have Cure continuing onwards for us, so... I think Zest tried to win and didn't. Yeah. I think Zest tried to, but I think he just raises his game at offline tournaments. Yeah, I think so too. Where more money is on the line. Yeah, it might be true. I mean, to be fair, if he won everything here, he still could get a pretty nice prize pool, right? It's like 4 times 30 bucks and then 1 time 50 bucks. That, you know what? In best of threes and StarCraft, that... It's more than I make at my job. Maybe that's a wrong way to see this. This is pretty reasonable money for like a little online event. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Especially because every time you win, the prize doesn't have to be split up, right? You win the best of 3, you get 30 bucks. You win another best of 3, another 30 bucks. And that can add up quite quickly, right? I mean, if you then win, like, if you win 2 best of 3s in an hour, that's 60 bucks in an hour. It's not too bad, not too bad. Of course, it's not like 1,000 something bucks that you can win in GSL or, you know, thousands of whatevers. In those tournaments. DreamHack, of course. Yeah, that's right, that's right. But for a little Sunday afternoon tournament, pretty reasonable. It's about good StarCraft. Come on, the cousin. Astray, that's right. Well, I mean, still. For an online cup, I'd say it's pretty good. I don't know what you would say. Maybe you have a different idea on it. You probably have a better idea on it, actually. Considering that, you know what, you're more involved with all of that. Anyway, good to see you here, man. How you doing? How you doing? You ready for your games? Iolaya, thank you for that follow as well. Glad to have you with us. And 1TK as well, thank you for joining. I love the names, guys. Tough opponents, not easy. Yeah, I agree, man, I agree. I hyped you up at the start, though, so you better... you better get some good stuff going. Trilobites. Jeez Louise, look at that. A lot of people here. Winter Gaming rated us with 1,006 people. Alright. Okay, time to put on my actual casting cap here. Jeez Louise. Alright, I'm gonna not be able to say all you guys' names. This is too much right now. Holy moly. Thank you so much, my man. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, jeez Louise. Dude, that's so cool. Alright, well... God. Okay, well, in the bottom left side, there is a red sir. He's known as Impact. Team LP's Impact, of course. In the top right, we have the blue Terran player from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He already won one best of 3. Can he do it again and catch himself another 30 buckaroos? Well, let's wait and see. He is, of course, Cure. Right, I feel like we're gonna be hearing this for a while, guys. Holy moly. If you see the activity feed right now, man, this is so cool. Dude, that is awesome. With the stereotypical... I don't know what you mean with the stereotypical Korean voice, alright? Do you mean like a racist kind of voice? Because I'm not sure if I want to do that. If you mean like the stereotypical... Cure or something like that, I could do that. In the bottom left side, Impact. Well, they have a lot though in the GSL, right? Don't they? It's all sorts of stuff. Anyway, oh man. I thought you usually just do, I thought Winter always does the, just a quick replay or some sort of stuff like that, right? This is awesome though. Yes, racist voice is good. Oh, man. Anyway, quick expansion here with the Reaper from Cure. Very quick third base from Impact here before the Queens are going to be finishing up. Going to make himself a couple of those links as well. Mecharinos. Yeah, guys, go check out those Mecharinos. Thank you, Anti-Tank. I am stumped. Alright, anyway. What else is valid points to make right now? I don't think there's too many. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to wait to see these how well these Reapers, what the Reaper does against the Lynx here. We just sit here and watch Winter Army. These are our seats here. Hell yeah, man! 2 Lynx actually dying here to the Reaper. I'm just wait, all the Lynx died to the Reaper. What is happening today? What is going on with these players? Why is... I guess he did go for the very quick third base, so his Queens were very much delayed, but to lose all of those Lynx, that is a bit much, I feel like, still. So what you should let happen. 4 Lynx, now that is crazy. He was chasing them on creep as well, but it still kind of worked out for him. As we can clearly see, right? Nice nade there. Might be even... Okay. If he got that drone as well, I'd say that Impact is asleep at the wheel right now. He had too much to drink yesterday, if that was going to be the case. More Hellions now going to be following this up over here. Gonna be looking for some drone damage, of course, on another side of the map. Although there is a lot of Lynx actually moving across as well. Gonna have to keep our eyes out on that one. Okay, well that's a little bit of a tell, right? Those Lynx just running by there might be able to get the indication that these are on the way. Doesn't do it though, and oh my god, that's a full surround again here. On another Hellion there, both of them gonna go down. Actually, all 4 of them gonna go down. And Cure has to evacuate onto that high ground here. He is gonna make some Banshees as well. Might be able to, well, that's a dead Marine, isn't it? Might be able to kind of do some counter harassment here, but did Impact see the... Oh, yes, okay, so he even saw this. Man, that is absolutely ridiculous. That's a lot of good stuff happening right now for Impact right after losing all those 4 Lynx. People say it matters a lot, but you know what? I mean, it matters a lot to lose all those Hellions as well. I guess he does clean up all the Lynx without really losing any SCVs. Let's take a look at the income graph. You know what? Overall, Cure in a really good spot still, I have to say. I thought those things were gonna do more, but just looking at the overall status right now, that is, that's okay. I was having a nice little chat to Estrella right there. I completely forgot about it as well, but it's gonna be more difficult now to really do that. At the not blaming it. I'm not. Oh, man. This is amazing. Dude. Just the continuous follows. Thank you so much, guys, for the follows. I very much appreciate it. It's extremely cool. We're Alpha X. We do a whole lot of these types of events, and we're trying to pick up more and more recently, especially with, you know what, everything with the quarantines and stuff like that. A lot of opportunities and a lot of gamers looking for opportunities, and we are very happy to provide. We work together with Into the Clan for this one, a great community. Also the AGL, I believe, if I get those letters correctly, hopefully this time. Which is a Taiwanese StarCraft 2 kind of esports kind of thing. I just know them for StarCraft 2, so let's just say they do StarCraft 2, alright? They might do other stuff as well. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, they're very cool. And yeah. Of course, we have our own players as well. I need to start paying attention to the game again, because this is starting to heat up here. Literally. Okay, anyway, those are a lot of Hellbats now rolling on forwards. Gonna try to get some real damage on those queens. The Lynx need to be careful here. They are a little bit clumped up, but you know what? Do get a little bit of nibble damage there. There's still a good amount of queens available, and you know what? All the Lynx are dying, as there's no banelings here really to accompany them. But in the end, was that worth it? I guess he still has those Banshees roaming around, repositioning that Spore Crawler, but you know what, those Banshees will still be able to find those sneaky little Korean Terran positions where they are going to be able to snipe at those drones from a distance. They might be able to catch one of those queens. They don't have any transfuse here available, so that could be something as well, but it's just going to go for the drones instead. Probably the safer choice here. And there we go. Now we're really seeing the drone damage being dealt quite heavily. But Impact's just going to go for a counter-aggression here. And that is not much on this side of the map here for Cure. Cure might be in a lot of trouble pretty darn soon here, guys. Okay, coming down the ramp with most of those Marines. But there is going to be a surround with those Lynx right on top of them. Is it still enough? He does have the Medivacs as support. Might have to lift up here. But no, actually, he doesn't. He is fine. Alright, well, that is that is very rough for Impact. Taking another bit of a beating there. If he had one nosebleed right now, just the other nose started bleeding as well. The nostril right here. Just a nice stream of blood after, after Cure gave him a punch on the nose. Alright. Well, yeah, okay. Cure just, he seems very strong right now. Is not gonna be taking any, you know what, damage from those Lynx so far. Even gonna be able to pick up some queens here. He's losing the siege tank, so you know what, overall good job by Impact. Yeah, man. I agree, actually. I also thought that that was going to be a nice engagement for Impact with those Lynx, but Cure just completely aware about those Marine numbers. And is going to have +1/+1 as well. Wait, did those Lynx already have +1 carapace as well at that time? That would have been, you know what, even more impressive then if he did manage to read that situation correctly. Huh. Anyway, Baneling speed very late actually, on 8 minutes, pretty much 9 minutes, and right now only getting that Baneling speed. That is not a good sign here for the Zerg. He's behind on workers, 9 workers behind army supply as well, less than half. Those Banelings need to be absolutely magical. They need to somehow teleport underneath the Marines and be burrowed there to become the best Baneling landmines we've ever seen, pretty much. It's not gonna happen though, unfortunately. There's no fan fiction in StarCraft 2, it's just good old esports, whatever they can get done. A nice run by, but you know what, the forces for Cure are just waiting for this one as well. Are going to be able to deal with that very easily. As Cure is just taking good trades here, once again, getting himself further ahead in this matchup. And there it is, GG is called. Don't say I blame Impact there, he was not in a good position. As we saw right from the get-go, he did lose, of course, those four links straight up to just one Reaper. That's not supposed to happen. I've never seen that happen, actually, as well. Even when a Zerg does go for the very quick third hatchery, doesn't really happen that much, but it happened there. ITaX, not on his best game here. And then, to be fair, he is playing against Cure. Cure, an absolute beast. And is always capable of dishing out quite a beating whenever he needs to. Alright, anyway. Yeah, second game, ITaX and Cure is coming up. And then afterwards we will have our next opponent, of course. It's going to be a very good one, guys. I'm looking forward to that one. Well, if you're not hoping for a mirror matchup, you might start hoping that ITaX picks up the pace here. And starts meeting Cure on those overall numbers in the kill feed. Thanks for those follows, guys. Man, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. We do have the Matcherinos, by the way, as well. So go check that out, guys. If you like the Hot Streak, if you like this kind of King of the Hill setup, we do have a specific Patreon for this one as well. It supports not only ITaX, it also supports the, as I said, the Into the Clan and the ALG, I believe, as well. And it helps us just having a better prize pool, better stuff overall. And it's over here. Okay, well, I'm now in panic mode, guys. I am in absolute panic mode. I'm still trembling a little bit. Anyway, yeah. So over here we do have the Patreon. We have the Matcherinos as well, as you can see. Help us out with that one if you wanna, and would be very much appreciated. We have two of them actually, so look for which code you use on which website, and we will get things sorted for that prize pool. All right, very much appreciated, guys. Thank you for just watching already. Anyway, right? That is more than enough as well. If that's all you want to do, if that's all you can do at the moment. Just very much appreciated. Anyway, in the top right side, there's a red Zerg. He is one game behind right now. Took quite a little bit of a disappointing game there. But you know what? Let's see if he can do better. In game number 2, he is ITaX from Team LP. In the bottom left side, we have Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the Blue Terran. He's been, you know what, having quite a bit of momentum so far. Can he keep it going? He is Cure. Not dropping a single map so far on a 3-win win streak. And, you know, that's some easy money if he manages to get another victory here. That's all he needs. One more and he's gonna double his price right now. If ITaX, of course, takes it, he's gonna be able to grab that 30 bucks himself. And then we'll have to wait and see if he manages to do something about that heavy hitter that is coming up as well in the next one. But yeah, he has to prove himself here. He has to get 2 wins in a row. That's looking like a very tough thing to do right now. As Cure is just doing a bang-up job. Just killing people. Just straight up killing nerds. SCV coming across. A little stroll, casual walk through the park. Oh, this would be a little bit of a weird park, of course. The temple desert. Maybe I should say desert temple. It's probably the correct way for all the English nerds out there. Again, we're seeing a relatively quick third base here. I think it's a little bit later. He is going to get those queens this time beforehand. But, you know, it's still 2 minutes 20 there. So he should theoretically not lose those 4 links anymore, right? So let's take a look at this micro. We're going to have to keep our eye on it. He's actually targeting down one of those drones a little bit here instead at the start. So you would say that should benefit ITaX here. And it definitely does. Alright, so not losing a single Zergling already. You know what, that's 4 times as good as we just saw him do. Never mind. Never mind, always gotta prove me wrong, eh, Cure? Don't you? Anyway, so yeah, only one of the links died, but the creep tumor overall still secure. So it's a good start for ITaX here. Quick, you know what, nothing too important, but Always still nice to have that little mindset of, alright, that went okay. Now we just got to keep doing okay. Instead of already right from the start being a little bit thwarted. Being thrown off your plans overall, right? Creep being nicely spread as well. As that Reaper now rotating to the Watchtower. Waits for the Hellions to arrive as well. Now Liberator actually from Cure here. Alright, this is a pretty good map for Liberator harassment. Of course, a lot of dead space over here. It is difficult to get to the main base from this location with those queens being on the prowl there, usually. But then again, on the third base and main base especially, I very much appreciate this little dead space here. Very easy for the Liberator to jump back and forth. We'll have to wait and see where that Liberator is actually going to go towards, it looks like. Alright, this is going to be the location. Circling, just making sure there's no third base over here just yet. We would have loved to see the front door as well, to see if there's a third base in production there, but of course not the case as we can see. A lot of Hellions on the way. Did I miss an armory or something like that? No sir. Okay, yeah. Just more Liberators and more Hellions. A very interesting build here from Cure. Not something I've seen every day, for sure. 2 Evo Chambers now on the way here for impact as well. Hellions might be able to get some drone damage, although there are 4 queens just sitting there, so probably not going to have the easiest of times to run past, although, no, there's links there as well, so we'll need to wait for that Liberator. Oh, actually, he's just going to send it straight into the main base. Managed to sneak on by that through the little slither of overall darkness that is still on that right side. The Liberator does manage to get 2 kills so far. The nice mining here for a little bit of time as well. Those mine games over here now happening. Spore Crawler moving back and forth. Hellions coming in as well at the same time. There are still links available. And it looks like those queens... Oh, no, actually, they are fine. Did the Liberator die? The Liberator didn't die just yet. Where did it... Okay, it's over here now. There we go, killing more units. Another Liberator as well joining in. And if you only have 1 Spore Crawler, that could be a problem. Hellions now as well. Gonna preoccupy those screens, so the Liberators are gonna have a good time here. Oh, more drones going down. Look at the carnage right now. Everything's set on fire. 14 set. You know what, I'm just not gonna count this, as I feel like there's more to come. Although, you know what, of course, Caster Curse strikes again. 17 workers in total being killed here. There is still 1 Liberator. Where in the world is he? Okay, he's flying back home. Gonna go back home again. Non-stop A move. I don't think this is a lot of bots. Honestly, seeing all these follows, I don't think so. I don't think so, my man. This is just amazing, getting all those people to join us. That is absolutely crazy. Guys, it's so much appreciated. I hope you're having a good time. And it is Cure versus Impact. That is right. That is right. And you know what? Who else is coming along? That is right. Quite a good couple of players who also deserve our acknowledgements and viewership, because you know they are some of the most top tier players we have available here. Okay, well, Cure, what is the follow-up here? It looks like he did get himself at third base. Is kind of just transitioning into a more standard play here. Getting the Medavacs, starting with the Marine pushes with those Medavacs as well to deny some more creep, perhaps. Even, you know what, killing some Overlords here. Those Queens hesitant to trying to engage this. Can't say I blame them. Another Liberator coming in here as well. Let's keep our eyes on those drones dying here. Looks like it's only 2. 3 maybe? Oh no, doesn't siege before that other drone does leave the the extractor. A Spire going down now for impact, and you know what? Well, alright, might be a tool to try and make a comeback happen here, but at the same time, it's not looking too good for him right now. He's on only 65 workers versus 68. He's on the same amount of bases as the Terran player, and he's behind on army supply. The one thing he has going for him, I suppose, is that +2/+2. It depends on how quickly the +2/+2 for Cure starts up here, but even then, I mean, he still has to wait a little bit, and I'm not even sure if we're gonna get to the point where that is gonna finish, seeing this push coming across right now. There's no Baneling speed either yet. Oh my god, again. The Baneling speed full impact extremely late every single time. And I feel like that is going to be a big punishment here for him. That is gonna occur with this push coming in. Mostly Marines as well. Especially with such little creep available at the moment. Such a small amount of creep anywhere, really. Having been on spot right there, keeping everything to a minimum for impact and limiting his options here. And now Mutalisk, we still don't have that Baneling speed in the production tab. He may have just forgotten about it, guys, because why in the world would you not have started it right now? Unless if you just, okay, there it is. There it is, now finally getting that one in the production tab. He may have just wanted to make more Mutalisk, but in the end, are Mutalisk really what you need right now? When you're being pressured this much, maybe to kind of help out against those medevacs, but I mean, Baneling speed definitely would help out a bit more, I'd say. That's not what should happen. You should not already have 9 actually, how many? 8 Mutalisk with a 9th coming up before you actually have Baneling speed halfway done. That's not supposed to happen. Anyway, GG is called. Cure gonna be able to move on through here. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh on impact. Maybe it is part of his strategy, just not getting that Baneling speed. But it is one of those things that a lot of Zergs on the higher level agree upon, that Baneling speed of a little bit of a priority there to get yourself more secured against those bio pushes. And of course also against Hellbats and all that stuff. All that good jazz. Guys, thank you so much for all those follows. Very appreciated. And I don't understand how they can tell what the other dude is going to do after he scouts them. It's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of games that you have to play. Oh my god, it just keeps going as well. That's ridiculous, guys. Shiny Hero, Feed the Feed, True Sky, Ukazi, Rosweiser, Malde, McCrazy, Rio, Mashi, Bang, Super 123, DD01, White Whittled. I could keep going for the entire stream, most likely, if that's if this is going to be the pace that we are having right here. Thank you so much, guys. Very much appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Innovation is just joining us right here in the party. He's going to be taking on Cure and maybe stop this incredible display of force that we are witnessing right now from Cure, who already took down Zest. He already took down Impact. Now he's going to go in the TVT. So we're going to see every single matchup here from him. And, well, let's see what he gets done. Let's see what he gets done. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can tell you exactly what is going to happen, but I've learned this one time from I don't know if you guys know him, Day 9, back in the daily time, right? I always learned from him that you should never really guess what is going to happen. You should try to think about what isn't going to happen, right? Because if you start thinking more so on what is going to happen, you're more likely to make mistakes, or you might be more likely to get tricked somehow in some other weird build order that looks like one thing and then suddenly turns out to be another thing. But if you, for example, notice the amount of gases being built, if that's very little, right, it's less likely that, well, it's impossible, basically, for there to be a big heavy tech play coming up, or some sort of a high tier unit very quickly. Or, you know, stuff like that. If there's no starports, you know, you're safe against most of those things. If there's a whole lot of barracks being built, could be a lot of Marines, could be a lot of Marauders, could be, it still could be a lot of stuff. Snoopy cheering us with 50 bits there. Thank you, my man. Snoopy, one of our admins in Alpha X. Always here to support. I appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, there's so much stuff, and it's probably too difficult, really, of a topic to describe in a very short amount of time. But, yeah, it just takes time, man. It just takes time to learn all those little intricacies and little differences in builds. And then what you gotta look out for what the differences are. So you know what to expect. Alright, anyway, Bro Scientist, D-Faced, what's up, man? Yeah, it depends on the level you're playing too sometimes. People just do things in a whole different order and then it stops making sense. Wait, why did I just give Cure a point? That is not the case. Over here in the bottom right side, guys, give it up for the red Terran player. He's from Kaizi Gaming. He is Innovation. In the top left side, we have the blue Terran. Fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, he is Cure. On somewhat of a hot streak right now. We have Cure 2 opponents down now. In the final matchup that we still have to witness from him, is he going to be able to take on a Terran as well? We'll have to wait and see. So far, both these players going a little bit similar. Already a second gas though. Actually, no. It's gas first from Cure. My bad, my bad. I need to pay attention here. Innovation going for the single gas, it looks like. We'll try to get that expansion up rather quickly. And Cure just going to go for the safe approach, it seems. We'll have to wait and see how many of those works he grabs away from the gas after throwing down that factory, of course. And then we'll see how much he's going to invest. Innovation though, overall, if he does manage to get away with this one, not take too much damage from those early units from the factory of Cure, he's gonna be in a wonderful spot. And it kind of comes down to micro, right? Those the Reaper micro and stuff like that, to see how well he can keep that small advantage here by going for that command center first. Mr. Refly, thank you as well. Is that Mr. Refly? Is that like a mystery fly? That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's weird because it's a Chinese symbols, but then afterwards it says MRE fly. Didn't for you guys, but that's a cool way of typing mystery fly if that's the what you were going for. All right, Reaper and a SCV. That's unfortunate. There is that, the soldier, the marine here, gonna be able to keep that, or the Reaper of Cure at a distance. And Innovation so far, you know what, that's a good start. It will be able to set up that bunker as well, kind of securing this early command center here quite nicely. And look at that, just finishing up in the nick of time. Isn't gonna get that that bunker cancelled here. Lets the Reaper jump up and go straight for the throat right now. Damn, that was so cool from Innovation. It's just a nickname. Alright, alright. Yeah, as you saw, Innovation putting his units back there, and Cure, he did try to walk close to the ramp to see whether or not there were units up there, but of course Innovation, as we saw, pulling back a little bit, wouldn't let those units shoot, and then Cure jumped up immediately, Innovation jumping on the opportunity to get himself some nice Reaper meats on the menu. 2 Hellions and 2 Reapers though still available, might still be problematic. They won't be able to get past the bunker all too easily, but of course those 2 Reapers, they are pretty free to go into the main base right now. And they might be able to get quite a couple of those kills as the Cyclone only halfway done right now. Innovation has to start pulling his units here. We'll try to do a little bit of a counter harassment here as well, and it looks like, you know what, that Hellion is in the main base. Doesn't get too much done though, unfortunately. Right, Marines joining in as well. Does lose 5 workers. That kind of equalizes things, right? Cure already having that second base available as well. And, well, overall, only a 1 worker difference right now. So, you know what? In the end, I'm not quite sure if that was the right call for Innovation to send those, well, the Hellion and the Reapers across the map here. As he did take quite a bit of economic damage there. And then again, I don't know if I can blame him after being able to deal with that other Reaper attack that handedly. Maybe he wasn't expecting that anymore to really happen here. Okay, Reaper for a Marine. The Cyclones kind of gonna end this period in time of the Reapers and the Hellions, of course. And we'll have the transition of siege tanks taking place. We're gonna see those, looks like ravens coming out as well for Cure. Let's see how many he already has. One is gonna go for a second. Innovation only has one on the other side. Getting a third base right now. Where's the third base for Cure? Not yet on that production tab. Oh, he's gonna go put it down on the low ground, actually. That also, again, kind of makes this more equal, right? I mean, yeah, Innovation's base is a lot earlier, but it's gonna have to fly over there, so it's a little bit of a delay there. As long as Cure can keep that base safe, should be okay. Now, ooh, that is rough. I mean, he did see that Raven coming across here, but a little bit of a late reaction. And did he just kill another Marine here? That looks like a Marine. We'll need to get the CIA involved. Crime scene investigation. The CSI. Sorry, that's the guys. Don't have them in the Netherlands. Well, we probably do. They're just under a different name. Anyway, what else is happening? Let's take a look. There's a big push coming across here. There's only 2 siege tanks versus 2 siege tanks. But you know what? It's kind of gonna come down to the overall use of those ravens. Innovation doesn't have his cyclone nearby. It's over here in the corner. In case another one of those ravens tries to get in here. So a little bit of a small advantage, I suppose, for Cure. He's just gonna set up here. Oh god, that is so rude. That is so rude. That command center is gonna fly over there. He's gonna get scared to death over here. And then fly backwards immediately. Alright, well, yeah, that's gonna happen. And now Innovation's just gonna have to try and get rid of the entire army there of Cure somehow, some way. A very nice delay. Actually, he's just gonna go for the other base here, but that is a very nice maneuver for Cure, as long as he manages to get this army out of there safely as well. And that's exactly what he's doing, so wonderfully done there by Cure. Is going to be able to keep his army alive and delay that third base for quite a bit as well, as we just said that. Of course, you lose this you lose that cyclone. You want to keep those cyclones alive, guys. They are still very important. A great tool to try and kind of zone out those ravens. And of course a great chasing tool as well if you manage to lock onto a siege tank. Okay, one interference matrix for another, mostly just hitting the other Raven. The Raven for Innovation flying too far though, but you know what, he is going to be able to take out both these siege tanks and manage to securely set up in between his third and the natural base here. You know what, GG is called. Cure finally loses a match here. And, you know what, of course, he's not kicked out just yet. Still has that second chance, of course, as always in a best of 3. But Innovation being able to take, finally, a first game of Cure. Yeah, we may have found his weakness, guys. We may just have found his weakness. And it's, well, if not the best, the second best Terran in the world. Innovation. That's quite something. Yeah, it's quite something then, to be fair, if that's the only couple of players that you are going to die to. The Machine and maybe Maru as well. We don't have Maru, unfortunately. He doesn't really play online cups, but oh well. Alright. Alrighty. Second game between these boys. I wanted to call them boys, but they're men. They're men of StarCraft. Gamer men. Probably not a good way to say it. I don't think anyone would be happy to call that. Anyway. Maybe some of you would. Who knows? Who knows? Guys, thank you for watching. We're ITaX. We're doing a hot streak. Cure and Innovation. Gamer man, exactly. Anyway. Here we go. Game number 2. In the top right side, we have a red Terran fighting for Kaisi Gaming. It is Innovation. Stayed for the great games and casting. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. In the bottom left side, there's a blue Terran player fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is Cure. Or Cure. Innovation. There we go. I did it. Don't know who requested that at the first time, but I tried my best. So that will be enough here. Now, as we saw before, Innovation, of course, did get that little advantage there right from the get-go, not taking too much damage. You were hoping. All right. Yeah, so it was a little bit ahead overall. I didn't check the income advantage that much, I believe, but it would have been interesting to see how much actually mining he got done in that early part. And then just overall, Kjør being a little bit out of position as well, I suppose. Losing one of those siege tanks on his retreat could have made the difference there. So it's just, hell yeah. Could have made the difference in the end. But, oh well. Just a well-played game so far. Both these players doing a little bit of the same. One difference, of course, being that there's no second gas here for Innovation just yet. Oh, I thought for a moment it was already available. I was like, how did Kjør get 2 gas and that command center at the same time? He just started it after the command center. That makes sense, yeah. Just a slight lead with that one. So he's going to get that factory overall a little bit earlier, but isn't going to make any difference actually here. North Korea can join the StarCraft 2 scene. Man, how cool would that be? They're going to need some time to catch up though, unless if they've just been, you know what, hosting underground StarCraft 2 tournaments. But then again, I kind of doubt it, as, you know what, they probably should have just kind of ran underground food markets and stuff like that, because... Well, alright, well, we probably shouldn't go too much into that. Anyway, let's stick to StarCraft. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. I hear his sister actually is doing some overall speaking in public as well, which is uncommon, so we're gonna have to wait and see, maybe. Maybe they're gonna get a female world leader over there as well. Who knows? Who knows? Reapers for Kjør managed to get in onto the natural base at the same time. Innovation doing a little bit of the same here. There's more SCVs to be killed though in the main base than there is in the natural. And oh my dear lord, this is unusual. This is an unusual turn of events. Let's see who is going to be able to gun down the most of those SCVs here. The first death of the Reaper does come for Innovation here. Did lose one of them, but he did get quite a couple of those SCVs, more so than Kjør. And now Kjør has 1 Reaper remaining and will be able to... Oh, actually, look at that. Stays hidden in the fog of war, and now it's gonna come back here for another SCV kill. Maybe even get a second one here as long as he targets correctly. Ooh, it's getting close. Oh man. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Gets himself another one. 8 versus 11 worker kills there in the end. Innovation ahead with 2 workers on that overall supply board. Actually, only 1 right now, so we'll have to wait and see. Not too impactful ultimately, but both these players, I suppose that is fair to say, both these players, their build orders are going to be a little bit messed up now, right? It's going to be a little bit off after both of them losing a couple of those workers. Everything a little bit delayed. And is the machine gonna be interrupted here? Is this algorithm gonna go haywire after some of it, you know, some of those little codes have been interrupted? Kjør on the other side, you know what, we'll have to wait and see how well he handles this. He's gonna go for the Banshee play. Does Innovation have a Cyclone? No, he doesn't. He went straight to those siege tanks, so that might be a problem. Also, Defaced is asking that a girl in his house wants to say hi. She's Russian, so reply to your own risk. I see, I see. Okay, interesting. Well then. It's getting awkward. Reaper base trading. Yeah, that's right. I bet North Korea work camp. CUPs. Yeah. The winner gets a bowl of rice. They have to play for a bowl of rice. Oh, God. I said CUPs instead of cups as well. silly me. Anyway, yeah, this Banshee might be able to get some work done as there's no Cyclone here. He did get himself a Raven, but I feel like the Raven is just flying across the map right now, so he's gonna be trying to do some harassment himself, but this Banshee right here, jeez Louise, look at it go. Okay, second Raven does make it onto the scene here, and it saves the day. The Marines though, they are not that plentiful anymore. Auto turrets. Ooh, once again. Okay, well, he needs to back up there. There's still a nice couple of, you know what, overall kills. Gets 8 of those Marines in total right now. Hey, he saved the day. He kind of saved the day, that Raven. He came in there, threw down a auto turret. He didn't save those Marines, but ultimately, the Banshee is not going to be able to kill those SCVs any longer. Third base on the way, Innovation. As well as that one for Cure, already established, making an orbital. So it's going to be ahead with that one a little bit here. And Cure is going to go for a mech play, actually. Very cool, very cool. And innovation for the bio play. Alright, so we have some cool stuff happening here. I always love seeing the bio versus mech play. The mech play, of course. You know what? I have seen some people going for a little bit of a battle mech play into the TVT meta, but I haven't seen it work out just yet. So I'm still kind of hoping we're going to see the siege tank play more heavily on reliant on those. But we're going to have to wait and see. Didn't get the Cyclone upgrade just yet, so alright. There it is. Did Innovation get the scouts on the factories? No, he did not. He is moving across the map here. He's got a good amount of Ravens, but they might get targeted down by those Cyclones right now. Ooh, that is some trouble right there. Possibly. And there is the Banshee once again coming in. The scan already going down for Innovation. That's so smart. Looking on and then immediately doing that. Losing more second Banshee over here. Looking on already throwing down the scan so that lock-on doesn't go away as soon as he activates Cloak. Very cool to see here. 7 workers did still go down, and you know what, Innovation is behind now with 10 workers, but in the end, he is still ahead a little bit on that army supply. But then again, if you are behind on the workers against the mech player and you're the bio player, that's never a thing you want to see, of course. And Innovation, I don't think he's still unaware. I mean, he sees those Marines, so he might still be under the impression that it's still just a regular bio play. He's trying to inch himself forward, needs to have those interference matrices coming down there, and there they are. Okay, the Marines shooting down the Vikings here instead of trying to engage the tanks, and Innovation manages to secure a very solid location here. It's going to be extremely difficult to be pushed away by Cure here. He needs to figure something out. Battle mech from behind. Doesn't have too much just yet, and it looks like that third base might go down, especially with those Vikings being this close as well. The Cyclones trying to intercept any reinforcements, but there are the Liberators. This is looking better and better for Innovation here. Alright, that orbital command in a bit of trouble. Needs to keep repairing it. SCVs need to manage their escape as well, with the rest of the army now coming in to get those kills going. And there it is, Innovation managing again to secure as himself not just a wonderful location, but an overall wonderful fight now as well. There we go, more siege tanks falling, a lot of those workers dying. There is a bit of a run by with those Hellions, but immediately Innovation on the case takes him down 2-0. And yeah, Cure finally falls down into a loss. How do you say this? He died, guys. That's what happens. Managed to take on one of the best, if not the best, Protoss. Managed to take down a great Zerg. And he fell to one of his Terran brethren. Is it fair to say that he kind of felt hard there? Is that fair to say? Because, man, Innovation making things look easy here. Just march across the map, guys. That's all you need to do. I guess those Banshees overall. I mean, if those were Ravens, I think he would have been in a lot better of a situation, right? I mean, it did kind of come down to Innovation having those interference matrices on those siege tanks, being able to take those down. And, yeah, Cure just not really having any type of a response there. But then, to be fair, I'm kind of interested in seeing the Viking numbers at that time as well, because I feel like Innovation just had more of those as well. Anyway, enough speculation. We're gonna have to wait and see the next player here, guys. It's a very handsome man. Actually, whenever people use this picture on any sort of a tournament, it's the wrong picture, it turns out. I've done some research. I've done some heavy research for this guy. Estrella, he's called. That's his in-game name, of course, but his real name is Max Angel. Now, some people think he, you know what, he looks pretty handsome, but they are still using the wrong picture. I think it might be because they are just too impressed with his actual looks, which is this. He is a very handsome surfer boy. You can Google this yourself. Do the same research I did. Just make sure to Google Max Angel, and there he is. You'll see yourself. This is the truth that I am preaching right here. And yeah, he plays StarCraft 2 on the beach. He has a bunch of mermaids just surrounding himself at every moment in time, feeding him grapes and giving him a lovely time overall. He, yeah, after he's done beating some nerds on the ladder, he goes and surfs a little bit. Wonderful done. Alright, you know what, Estrella, if anyone can beat Innovation here, it's gonna be him. And if it's not, well, he's still fine, because, you know what, he looks like that. Crazy guy. Anyway. What's up, Biker? How you doing, dude? Photoshop tabs? No. That's not right. That's not right. Man. You can check yourself, actually. It's true. It's all true. I promise you, it's out there. The truth is out there, guys. You can figure it out yourself. All you gotta do, it's one tiny little Google away, and there it is. Alright, anyway. Estrella versus Innovation. Let's hope he doesn't get that distracted by all the beach babes that are hanging around right now. It's the only way you can beat Estrella. He gets distracted. There's a big wave coming up and he's like, alright, never mind. It's time to catch some waves, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta go. It's the only way. It's the only way. Are you sick? Alright, guys. Game number one. Game number one. Not of today, though, of course. Just of this series. I don't need to tell you guys that, though. I mean, in the top right side, we have Kaisi Gaming's red Terran player. He is Innovation. In the bottom left, there's a blue Protoss. Fighting for Alpha X. The American, the sole non-Korean in this tournament right now. Is he going to be able to get this going? He is. Estrella. So he will be getting himself a lovely couple of games here. I mean, to be fair, if you had to choose, if you either had to go up against Cure or Innovation, who would you pick? Which one of those poisons would you want to go up against more? You know what? Overall. I guess you did just see Cure taking on Zest, so maybe that is a reason to try and take on Innovation instead, but Innovation, he beat Zest pretty recently as well in one of our tournaments. Actually, one of the show matches we hold on our Alpha X SC2 Africa TV channel. And he was beast moding it. I think he won like 5-1 or something crazy like that. It was a sight to behold. We'll have to wait and see. Innovation, I mean, he's a very strong, potent Terran, yes, but Estrella, he has been in Korea for a while now. He's been practicing hard and he's been taking games off of strong opponents overall. I've seen him manage to get great upsets already sometimes. We're gonna have to wait and see if he's gonna be able to do it again. Is this his day? He did come into the chat a little bit earlier though, and he did sound a little bit concerned. He did try to lower my expectations a little bit, and you know what? I think he's just underselling himself. Of course, we're gonna see a massive upset here. He's gonna be great, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Alright. just jumping back and forth here. I'm not really saying anything that's happening in the game, but you guys can see, right? You guys have eyes. You know what's happening. There's a Reaper here. You know what that unit is. You don't need me to tell you specifically. He jumps up and down cliffs. He's very excited about it. He's a jolly guy. There's a Adept over here. He's gonna do a little dance, as we all know and love the Adept for. Alright, so a factory coming up as well. That reactor not really close, so most likely isn't going to be Hellions here from that reactor. I'm gonna wait and see. Probably, I'm expecting one Hellion. No, actually, just straight into Widow Mines. Innovation loves his Widow Mines. And guys, another thing of note is that Innovation doesn't fancy his chances against Protoss in late game, right? This is something he told me in an interview I once held, thanks to Hajin-san. She sometimes helps us out with interviews, and she told me that he said, right? She said that he said, God, I feel like some sort of housewife at the grocery store. Anyway, yeah, he doesn't fancy his chances against Protoss in the late game, which is why he has been super aggressive against Protoss and always is doing like these these big pushes early on off of 2 bases, and a lot of SCV pools as well. Wait, who said what? Innovation said he doesn't fancy his chances against Protoss in the late game. But you know what? I don't speak Korean, so I got it translated for me by Hajin-san. You guys know Hajin-san, right? I mean, anyway. Inno doesn't like disruptors. Inno said Hajin isn't good in the late game. That's right. That's right. Innovation's rude like that, man. He just likes to trash talk anybody, honestly. And you know what? Man, alright. This is fun. Okay, anyway, this is not good, is it? Blink not done yet, so it's not going to be able to chase them down as easily. But you know what, this pylon and the probe are going to be able to see where it's going towards. Is there anything in the main base? 2 more Stalkers being warped in. You know what, so far a pretty solid hold, but alright, we'll come back to that later on. Yeah, it's just going to be having some of those Stalkers preoccupied now. In this push here, still going unnoticed. What does Estrella have, really? He's getting himself charged. His army supply at 14 right now versus 30. And, yeah, Innovation, he doesn't have that 3rd base. It did not just get scouted by Estrella, and only now he has that watchtower, so he might feel a little bit too safe right now, moving across the map here. 4 more gateways only now being added into the mix, and that might be trouble. This might very much be trouble. 3, actually snipes down the medevac there. Is that worth it? He does lose 2 of those Stalkers because of it right now, but you know what, he might lose this base as well, actually. Needs to warp in more of those Stalkers. Oh, loses that other Stalker now as well. Yep, that base is gone. That is, oh, actually a Disruptor as well in the natural base now. Getting himself a couple of those probes. More economic damage now being taken by Estrella. Now, a 3rd base for Innovation. Alright, yeah, that's on the way as well. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, well then, yeah. So what went wrong here for Estrella? I think it was just a little bit too much going for that 3rd Nexus and the double upgrades here, and going for charge that quickly after going for Blink as well. That's a whole lot of stuff, and getting yourself a couple more of those Stalkers, always very beneficial. But especially against these pushes over here. Just a bit of an overcommittal towards attacking into that later part of the game. I mean, he does have charge now. He has +1/+1 as well, so maybe he's going to be able to get some work done somehow with those extra gateways being added in now. He has 6 of them. He moves across the map here. Counter it. Actually, no, he's just going to surround the army of Innovation. Might want to try to cut off the retreating here. Yeah, if he does kill off this army with a nice engagements, that could definitely help out quite a bit here, of course. Alright, in he goes. Needs to watch out for those Widow Mines. The siege tanks nicely targeting down on those Stalkers. They do die rather quickly, though. Widow Mines as well. Nice cleanup from Australia, but was it too little? Was it too late? His army supply still looking pretty alright, and he has reset up that third base, which is mining right now, and Innovation has not moved his down to the low ground just yet. So let's take a look at the income advantage here. Alright, let's not take a look at the income advantage there. Estrella, how are you going to pull this one out of the bag here? He needs to get some pressure done, I'd say. It's one big boon that there's not really too much going on for that third base mining, as I emphasized there. Alright, that is the Raven harassment now as well coming in, denying further more mining here for Estrella. What else is happening so far? I mean, Innovation did scout this, right? He did. Okay, no, never mind. He didn't. He did see 2 pylons here, though, to be fair, but that's about it. This zealot is going to deny the command center from landing here for a short period of time. A very short period of time. I would run if I was that zealot. Oh my god! Wow! I didn't realize I had the voice commands on. It's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, anyway. I know Fear Dragon has been trying to make that program to control StarCraft 2 using voice commands, but I didn't know he implemented into the main game for casters here. That's crazy. Alright, army value for Innovation a little bit through the roof. Overall worker supply as well. A little bit frightening here. He does have +1/+1 now with +2/+2 finishing up. Ooh, massive anti-armor missile actually with the army now coming in here. Oh, that might be the final ticket actually. That Innovation needs pretty reasonable force fields, but Widow Mine manages to get a great connection as well. Estrella doesn't have much AoE damage just yet. He is going to set up a massive flank though with those zealots on the other side. But a lot of those zealots are kind of stuck behind the Stalkers here. And it looks like that is just going to be too much here. And we're going to have to go into game number 2, I suppose. Estrella, you know what? He did take on some of those forces. But yeah. Switch the player names. Right, there you go. Yeah. So I just did. It's just a shame that all the supplies and stuff like that also switch. That's the problem. It's a problem with that mechanic. Anyway, yeah, GG there for our Terran player. Of course, a very tough opponent here. Estrella trying his best, a little bit blindsided, losing our third base. Of course, would have been a lot in a lot better position if he hadn't. And then feeling like, you know what, the pressure might keep stacking on top of him, especially after seeing that there was no third base just yet, right? So it's kind of hard to blame him for that one, not going for that AoE damage when he kind of had that small opportunity, right? Instead just stacking onto those zealots. Because, you know what, if you don't see that third base, it is very likely that there is a follow-up attack coming in here. And I mean, you are playing against Innovation, who is known for going for those very aggressive pushes. So, if he's already doing it once, and you don't see that third base, you know what, I would very likely be as well, kind of under the assumption that I'm going to be attacked again pretty soon. Potato! It's a lot of potatoes, but your potato, 2,503. That's a good number for a potato. Also, Meandalin. Is that how you say that? I don't know if that's how you say it. Anyway, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a good time, guys. We're watching Innovation just, you know what, getting himself some money here, most likely. Estrella, though, who knows? Who knows? It would be cool to see him take a game as well. Taking 2 games would be absolutely maddening, of course, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. No offense, Estrella, but I don't think he'll take offense for that one. Honestly. Estrella, you know what? A very strong player, but you know what? Maybe up, over, in, over his head. Up, in, up, over his head. Up, over, in his head. He's in his head. It's this guy. It's the Red Terran player. He is Kaisi Gaming's Innovation. In the top left side, we have the blue Protoss. It is none other than the Alpha ITaX player from the US of A. He is Estrella. Now, I'm pretty sure he's in his head. Innovation's in the head of Estrella right now. And Estrella's just walking into the trap that was laid in front of him. And that might be why he's in over his head, though, to be fair. Alright, anyway, let's see this game unfolding here, guys. Let me take a quick sip before things start to heat up again. Estrella's in the team house for the foreigners, right? So he is getting a lot of Korean practice overall. And a lot of the Koreans, I believe, already practice on ladder as well overall. But yeah, he has a lot of good players there helping him out, trying to get him to do better. Oh, God. Next game, okay? Next game. Alright. We'll do the announcer voice again. Alright. Well, both these players again going for a macro opening here. Innovation, he didn't get much done with those Widowmine drops, but that is kind of the way that he plays this game as well. It's somehow, you know what, people will always think like, alright, the Protoss held the Widowmine drop, and then usually that means they're in a good spot, right? Usually it does. Not very often that means that the Terran is just going to be able to push in there and kill absolutely everything. But with Innovation, he just does it anyway. And the thing is, right, a little bit of the problem here perhaps is that it's not just because it's Estrella. He does this to Zest as well, right? He does this to the best of Protoss players. He does this to Trap, for God's sake. Every single one of them. Trap's supposedly the best PvT player in the world right now, and Innovation just absolutely stomps all over him sometimes with those types of pushes, after not being able to get anything done with those Widowmine drops. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh man, Alpha B, Akon, thank you for that host there as well. Akonitis. Coming in with from the B stream. I hope the OSC Cup was a good time. Always some lovely matches there as well. Gateway number 2 and Blink on the way. Blink, of course, the good opening here for the well, fighting against those medeffects with the Widowmines. That's what Innovation says as well, actually. We mentioned this in the interview I had with him. He said I was asking him about the Widowmine opening, and he said like, yeah, it's not really good as a lot of Protoss open up with Blink right now, and that's the counter to this. So yeah, it's not really good. Yeah, he does it anyway. He does it like at 80% of his games. It's like, yeah, it's not good, but I do it anyway. It's fine. It works out. There's better stuff you can do, but you know what? I'm not gonna, because that's just not me, alright? Not feeling like it, Mom. I don't know, something like that. Okay, in they come. Again, there is a probe scouting here, so Estrella is gonna be aware of that. This is coming in here. Let's see his response so far. Sending most of those stalkers across. Keeping one stalker over here. That's a good call. Needs to be aware if there's some sort of separate pressure coming in at the same time, of course. Just chasing down the... Ooh, okay, there we go. Lets them drop in. Oh. You know what? Good control there. Lovely job. Losing 2 workers. One to the Reaper and one to the Widowmines. That's pretty good. Pretty solid. Nice defense. And Innovation, we're seeing only the +1 and Stimpack and Combat Shield at the same time. A lot of Marauders. Alright, I think we all know what this means. It's gonna be a Widowmine push, but you know what? This time around, Estrella invested a whole lot more into those Stalkers. Did he... Okay, so yeah, there we go. We don't see those double forges here. He's just committing to a lot bigger of a force, and he's also getting himself a robotics base, so he's already prepping some AoE damage here. Now, if these Stalkers manage to delay this push a little bit, right, that could be absolutely wonderful, and he might be able to get himself a Colossus out or two before things really go haywire, right? And this is the moment in time. There we go. Nice blink into the main base, actually, right as Innovation was moving away. A little bit fortunate, but you know what? It works out in favor for my teammate here, so I'm not going to complain about it. Losing one of those Stalkers, though, would be suicidal for these Stalkers to be aggressive. Yeah, maybe, but you know what? The Stalkers, they are incredibly mobile, right? So overall, in the end, you want to be able to just kind of blink back and forth, keep them preoccupied. You don't have to take that full-on engagement. You just want to keep Innovation busy on his side of the map just by being annoying like this, right? So there we have it. Another one of those blinks kills off a medevac. Only losing one Stalker there. That's a worthy trade, honestly, especially because he also took out another one of those Widow Mines beforehand. And I think he just recalled those Stalkers. Where did the Stalkers go exactly? Stalkers? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, they're here now. Alright, so no Colossus out just yet. He really needs that one to come out on the field to play. He's making some shield batteries as well. Oh my dear, it's just not in time, is it? It's just a little bit delayed here. He is trying to do a little bit of... Was there not a Warp Prism here? There it is. Okay, well, that's not doing anything. We'll just stay, keep watching this one. Okay, there it is. Finally now arriving. Might be able to deal with this as long as he manages to target down the Marines here with it. But those Marauders ever so good against the Stalkers here. Needs to pull the probes. Needs to keep this Colossus alive. Don't think he will, though. Very unfortunate, but... only losing 2 probes, though. But... Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Innovation. Relentless. Gonna send more reinforcements. And wants to keep that pressure on top of Straya here. Can't say I blame him. Also, Renegade, thank you for that raid as well. Much appreciated, my man. Oh, the force field not keeping the bioforces out here for the longest amount of time. And once again, that Colossus falling before it really gets a lot of damage dealt here. Needs to watch out that Widow Mine. Oh, okay, quick movement backwards, but fortunately doesn't get it to be set off here. Estrella coming in with that Zealot. Oh my god. That was some crazy micro there for Mr. Innovation. The Warp Prism in the main base, though, is getting some damage dealt as well. 4 of the workers. Oh, look at that. Lovely micro there. Picking up before the Widow Mines actually hit and warping in more Zealots. This could be problematic. Innovation actually sending everything backwards right now. Estrella making some good moves. Again, picking up right before those Widow Mine hits. And that's some pretty good stuff here. Estrella, come on, my man. He's still at a reasonable worker count. He's getting some stuff done on the other side here. And, well, let's just hope he gets a reasonable Colossi count now. He did already lose 2 of them, though, and he would have loved to start some other production now, of course, but he's going to have to recreate those, and those are expensive boys. We'll just have to wait and see if he's going to be able to hold on to wave number 2 from Innovation here. That is most likely going to be arriving fairly soon, I would imagine. Again, just keeping Innovation busy here. Keeping Innovation chasing down the Warp Prism. Although the Vikings now coming in as well. Already here to counter those Colossi and going to be able to keep the Warp Prism away. That is a dead Warp Prism, unfortunately. Okay, well, Disruptors, there they are. The kryptonite to Innovation, as he says so himself, but you know what, with his control, I would imagine he's going to be quite capable of handling himself here. He has 9 medevacs ready, with 18 Marauders, 15 Marines, 4 Widow Mines and 4 Vikings. Starting to get that Ghost Academy as well as a follow-up here in case this doesn't really work out. Innovation once again being a little bit distracted here by those Zealots running around. They're going to get that SCV here. That would be nice. SCV looking to build up that 4th base. And that's another nice delay here. Oh my dear lord, that was absolutely massive. Disruptor coming in from behind And Innovation not paying attention there for a moment. I say behind, he came in right through the front door, honestly. And back he goes, has to start licking his wounds here. Oh my dear lord. Alright. Yep, that just happened. That just happened. Okay, well, it's great for Estrella. He's going to be able to hold on a little bit longer here, but still, we have to keep in mind the supply here not looking in his favor. He still needs a couple more of those engagements to go in his favor, and then he might be able to kind of equalize the score here, but up until that moment, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. There's 14 Marauders right now. +1/+1 is about to hit up indeed. And +2/+2 already on the way. Dark Shrine as well. Estrella trying to come up with more ways to keep the pressure on the other side of the map here. And Estrella is one of those players that loves to try and keep pressure on his opponent, right? He's really good at it. He's really good at setting up those flanks and those counter aggressions. He's one of those players that is, you know what, famous for in late game TV or PvZ a while ago when Zerx just always wanted to go in that extreme late game. He was one of those Protosses that kind of was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that because I'm so good at just applying pressure everywhere. Okay. Did that disruptor shot actually get shown there? It looks like it did. Estrella wanting to keep it hidden, thought the army was going to move over on towards that right side. A little bit unfortunate, but you know what, again, there's reinforcements for Innovation there. Dark Templar coming in as well. Scan gonna be able to see those. He's getting Dark Templar blink as well. That's really cool to see here. Alright. Dark Templar, one of them. Checking the waters. Being an observer right now. I don't think it was a disruptor misfire. I think that disruptor... Estrella was expecting the army to move that way. And then he moved it backwards because he noticed Innovation not going that way, so he wanted to keep it hidden, right? So that the disruptor could come in at some later point here. Unfortunately for him, Innovation did see it and did manage to land that one with a couple of those Marauders. Ooh, pretty reasonable connections, but losing two disruptors straight afterwards. The army for Innovation not looking all too imposing right now on this side of the field, as he is keeping so much back at home as well at the same time. Just to try and deal with the harassment. Look at that. There's a small cluster of bio here. There's a small cluster of bio here. Not here though. No, over here. But still, you know what? Those are some valuable units. And army supply that is quite necessary for Innovation to push through here, it seems. Right, here we have those disruptors once again trying to zone out Innovation. Wants to keep him further and further away. Those EMPs are absolutely relentless. The Liberators are being set up. The Stalkers with those force fields trying to get a small snipe over there going. Oh dear lord, Estrella got himself in a small choke point now. Can still evacuate a lot of those workers though. He's gonna try to commit to this fight. Disruptors coming in, getting reasonable connections to Colossi though. Overextending there a little bit, and now with this overall overwhelming Marauder numbers, every which one of them having their own personal medevac, we're gonna need to see another great disruptor shot here. And I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to see one of those now that Innovation is on the prowl. He's aware, he's microing here. It's gonna be extremely rough to make that work, although there is a lot of them. Yeah, I think these might be the final moments here for Estrella, guys. Oh, a lot of Stalkers coming in. He might... Well, let's just wait and see. He loses the Nexus, though. But yeah, this is not looking good. Missing the Disruptor shot. Another one coming in. Reasonable. But the reinforcements now coming in as well. Another one of those Disruptors. Looks like it will fall. And yeah, Innovation takes game number 2. Estrella. You know what? A wonderful game from him. Just slightly outperformed there in those engagements in the later parts of the game. Unfortunately, didn't manage to get the disruptor shots he was looking for, and couldn't get the snipes on those Liberators. Innovation as well, getting those massive EMPs. Being able to take that one to town and sell his piggy on the market. Something like that. It's 30 bucks. It's a 30 another bucks there for our Terran player Innovation, doubling his price right now, going up to 60. Nice. Nice price. A nice price. Anyway, guys, remember we do have those Matcherino pages. I don't know if you guys already helped out. If you did, thank you so much. There's 2 of them, and there's 2 codes you can do. Let me quickly make sure. Alright, they are doing vetoes right now, so I'm going to try to quickly do them myself as well, actually, with you guys kind of keeping an eye out as well. There we go, Matcherino. Thank you, Sushi. I did it too quickly afterwards. Anyway, what you want to do, you sign in. All you do is Twitcheronos or anything that you have signed in on that same browser. You put in the code. Let me see if this is the right one. Yeah, there we go. Et voila. And you do the same over here. On the other one, you press contribute, and instead of 89, you do 90. Alright, voila. And there you have it. That's how easy it is. 50 cents added to that prize pool. It's for free, doesn't cost you anything, just a couple of clicks. Just a couple of those APMs required. You don't even, like, I think 10 APM is enough here, so pretty much all the bronze players amongst us will be able to do it as well. And, well, if you don't have that amount of APM, I feel sorry for you. And then, you know what, I can see why you wouldn't. I would see why you wouldn't want to do this. Oh, by the way, also you can get those replay packs as well. So if you want to see all the replays here, I got your APM. Nice. If I mention Twitch Prime, maybe. There is Twitch Prime. That does exist, of course. If you have it available right now. That's a thing as well. But also the replay packs. If you want to see them, go to those Matcherino pages and you will be able to grab them up for $5, which will also be added to the prize pool. So you will just be supporting these players first and foremost. But also you're going to get yourself the entirety of the replay package. And yeah, you know what? There were some pretty darn good games in here. I feel like Terrans specifically would benefit a whole bunch from these ones. And maybe some Estrella fans as well, because Estrella did show some pretty reasonable games against Innovation. You gotta give, you know what, you gotta tip your hat to him as well for going into those macro games and holding his own for a while there. Pretty darn cool. Anyway, let's take a look at what will be our next match here. Estrella, he was waiting in our final best of 3. We're going to be moving onwards to our final match though. That is going to be a best of 5 between Innovation and Armani. Innovation already $60 on his portfolio here for today. And let's see if he can add another $50 right here for the best of 5. That's on the line right now. Let's see if he can get it done. Have a nice finish. Armani, of course, though, a very, very tough opponent. As we saw recently in the GSL. Quite capable of handling himself. But then again, he's up against Innovation right now. So we'll have to see what he will be able to do against him. Because he's just an entire different beast. Armani did look decent in the GSL. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But, I mean, Innovation, though. It's, ooh. It was bomber. It was bomber. And dear. We'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe he's gonna surprise us. I definitely think that on a good day, he's gonna be able to beat Inno. Now and again, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be able to take a map. And then again, well, it is the best of 5, so, It's fun, though, that we have seen all the matchups from Cure. So we saw Cure in a TVP, we saw Cure in a TVZ, we saw him in a TVT, and then at the same time, of course, Innovation, the same deal now. So it's TVT, TVP, and now we're seeing his TVZ. Pretty cool, pretty darn cool, honestly. So yeah, all the more reasons to go get yourself some of those replay packages. Alright. And if you do want to support this channel and support me as well in particular, Hit us up with, you know what, anything you can on the channel. Follow, a sub, some Prime if you have it. It would always be appreciated, guys. We don't have too many of them, actually. I think we're only on like about 11 subs at the moment, and we would love to have that on a higher point, of course. And you know what, just do this more often and keep this going at a regular pace. Right, we already do it at a pretty regular pace. We do quite a bit. If you check out the Alpha or the Alpha X team overall on Liquipedia, you'll be able to see quite a couple of events and quite a good amount of stuff that we do. And anyway, it will be appreciated. However, enough of that. Let's see what this next map will be. That is coming up. It's a cunning map. It's the Nightshade. We've just been there, but we're gonna go there again this time around. Of course, Innovation versus Armani. Innovation versus Armani. A TVZ. Let's see what we can get to witness. Can Innovation take on Armani as well? There's a lot of people in chat saying, you know what, I don't think he can, but will Armani take on Innovation? Is that what I said? Words are difficult, guys. Sometimes I just struggle. But anyway, I just blame my Dutchness for it every time. Probably would be even worse off if I were to cast in Dutch, but overall, you know what? It's still a nice little excuse I can pull off now and again. Okay. Guys, we're waiting. We're seeing the go-go sign from, I think, some of those players. They're saying weird stuff, actually. Okay, no, Innovation is go-go. Armani is like... I think Armani is confused about the prize pool. It's like 60%, $60, right? It's not really how it works. And now Innovation is like, no, I don't think that's how it works. Alright, anyway. I'm not sure. Good luck. Have fun. Here we go. That's the countdown clock that we all know and love. You hate SC2, but you can't stop watching the games. What's wrong with you? I don't think anything is wrong with you. I think you're perfect. I think you're doing a wonderful job. Just watching. That's all we require, honestly. If everybody was playing, then nobody would be watching. In the top left side, we have our new challenger right now. Can he take on the king? Can he take the crown of the hill champion? He is the Blue Zerg. And is he actually on the Freaks? Alright, okay. Is that Freak Freaks? I need to check this right now, actually. Right, guys, let me do some professional mid-game Liquipediaing, because why the hell not? It's still not that much going on here. Armani. Let's get him over here. Yeah, alright, he is a Freak of Freaks. He is our... Oh, wait, sorry. A Freak of Freaks. He is Armani. In the bottom right side. Alright, apparently there is stuff happening. Mr. Red Terran player, he is Innovation. And it gets scouted. How unfortunate. Alright, let's see if SCV magic can be applied here. SCV voodoo activated. How does this ever work so well for someone? That is not me. Never works. Alright, well, I guess, you know what? Ooh, that's a good spot, though. Won't be able to get him there, will you? No, sir. Alright, one of them does finish. And now 2 drones do leave. So that other barracks here is still in a bit of a limbo space here. But it's a pretty good spot so far for Armani, of course. Going to be able to see the exact amount of barracks, first and foremost. And, well, of course, he is keeping that second barracks from finishing up here. So, you know what? Innovation... Yeah, it's gotta be a little bit worried right here. Armani having a wonderful start. His spawning pool is about to finish up as well. And, yeah. Not much that can go wrong from this time, you'd say. Just yell, lol, you'll be a YouTube star. Alright. Oh, man. Reapers. Actually, singular. A Reaper. Some people call him a Reapet if they're small, but I don't know who those people are. We do see actually 6 links being created here. That is a little bit of a difference than what you normally see. I guess that might just be because of the... You know what, the proxy Rexes, of course, doesn't really expect not that much of a follow-up. So just being safe with 6, not overcommitting either. Except for, you know, building a Roach Warren, you know, that's that's all normal, guys. Don't worry about that. Innovation as well. Gonna go for that command center. And what else? What else? Is that a reactor? Yeah, that's gonna work out great against the roaches, of course. That's not good. That's not good. Innovation, you know what? Not the best opening. Those barracks, they're not producing that much. And now he's going to try to get himself some Hellions here. I've seen miraculous holds, though, to be fair, against roaches with Hellions. Is this going to be one of those moments? I guess he did see it relatively quickly, right? That Reaper definitely getting a very good solid scout there. As the roaches are moving across the map right now. 2 Ravagers as well. There is still this Overlord to help out on that high ground. That bunker pretty close forwards here, so the Biles should be able to land rather easily. And there's only 2 Marines right now. There's also a Widowmine and a Hellion and a Banshee right now on the way. Okay, that needs to hurry up here. If that Banshee gets out in time before too much damage gets taken, those Biles are just going to kill that Widowmine instantly. Okay, no, quick unburrow actually. Well done by Inno. Okay, first couple of Biles again landing right now. He's going for the supply depot. That is interesting. Why not just put it right here in between to hit both of those targets? I am not completely sure. Huh. What's happening here, Manny? He wants to kill this supply depot desperately. And now the Banshee is out. And... Huh. Nani? What? What? What happened there? Why did... Huh. Is it like a gold-plated supply depot? It's nothing special, is it? It's just a regular one. It's interesting. He was obsessed with it. Maybe they put Innovation put some catnip on that supply depot, so the Ravagers were just completely obsessed about it. Could be the case. Could be the case. Who knows? We'll have to investigate it later on. Yeah, 3 bases for Inno. I mean, this is rough. Armani investing a whole lot in trying to get some work done with those roaches. Really didn't get anything done, did he? He got one supply depot, and he lost the Overlord as well. So I mean, it's like, well, yeah, a bit of a weird one. 2 benches now as well coming across the map here. There are enough queens to kind of keep this backwards. That's an awkward moment in time. Anyway, queens poking and prodding those away, but 6 workers already going down here. Those 2 Banshees doing infinitely better than all those Ravagers and Roaches combined. Which is a little bit saddening because, you know what, Armani does have those, does have the queens, he does have the Spore Crawlers, he does have the Overseer. You'd say he'd have all the tools you need to not let this do any damage. And he lost 9 workers. Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. You see him lose to Banshees basically every game? Man, that's rough. Innovation. Alright, what's going to be his next step here? What's going to be the follow-up? It's going to just be a tank push. Actually, a double drop from those medevacs. Alright. Who's back? I mean, Innovation has been back for a while, guys. His game has been absolutely immaculate for a really long time now. He's been doing extremely well. No Wiz9, thank you for that follow. Very much appreciated. As well as all the other 10,000 of you that followed earlier. I didn't get the time to mention. Sure you understand. Okay, only one drone going down so far, and it looks like this drop will not be able to get anything done here. Queen's taking both medevacs half HP away, but that's about it. Keeps everything alive here. Innovation, I'm curious to see, is he going to stick around here? Yes, he is. Biles coming onto those medevacs, taking one of them down. That's quite a big pick-off. Look at that. That is one big pile of dead Marines. Don't see that every day. Alright, what else is coming up here? +2/+2 for our red Terran. The blue Zerg getting +2/+2 a little bit earlier on, actually, just +2. Carapace, not the melee attack. Alright, alright. There is the Bailing Speed as well. Is it just... I guess he did go for Roaches, so Bailing Speed not as important. Earlier today we saw Impact versus Cure, I believe, and he took a really long time getting the Bailing Speed, but he was committed to circling Bailing for a long time. He had like 9 Mutalisk on the field before the Bailing Speed was halfway done, and then he just died to a Marine siege tank push, which was also a little bit anticlimactic. There are the more drops coming down from Innovation. Just trying to deny some creep here. Hive Tech on the way. Almost halfway done for Armani. I think, you know what, overall Armani, after dealing with these drops so well, not really taking too much damage. His creep spread, yes, is maybe a little bit lackluster for 9 minutes, right? But it's not nothing. He definitely still has some. So coming in for some sort of an attack. Still possible if Innovation does try to set up here. You know what, it's still quite able to have some reasonable fights before Innovation is literally right next to an hatchery, except for this one, I suppose. But overall, still pretty good, solid there. Again, a nice cleanup. Armani, you know what, definitely starting to press the right buttons here. 3 medevacs though. Those could be rather deadly. Army supply looking rather equal. Armani, a nice lead on those workers, as you would like to see from a Zerg. He's on 5 bases now versus a 4-base Terran. You know what, overall, it's not that extremely horrible. He's getting Vipers as well, right? He's getting 3 Vipers against this siege tank army. He definitely has the tools to push this backwards. He just needs to not lose everything to this drop over here. That Bailing, getting so close. Alright, now... maybe he did send a few too many units there to try and deal with this. This is the biggest fault I've seen so far for Armani, is sending in those links a little bit one by one. Sending in the, well, oh god, don't lose that. Vipers. Oh, Blinding Clouds, absolutely brilliant, saving those there. Just in the nick of time. The siege tank's a little bit too far to support the bio here, but again, the drop from Innovation being a little bit too much. And here we go again. This is the biggest problem for Armani right now. He's selling in those Zerglings one by one before anything else really gets there. And it's making this extremely difficult for him to really take a good fight. So now he just doesn't seem to have the units anymore, as Innovation is keeping the aggression going forwards. Those siege tanks getting closer and closer. Yeah, that's crazy. Now also very well spread out, so even with those Vipers, he's not going to be able to get nice Blinding Clouds really easily set up to deny those siege tanks from doing damage here. The Bailing Nest did get destroyed, but I think we got... oh, no, actually, no, it didn't. It almost got destroyed. I thought it did. Alright, my bad. Counterattack coming through here. Ooh, nice Widow Mine. Is it going to be enough here? Ultralisk now finally on the fields here as well. The upgrade for the extra armor, not just right there. The heavy padding. A little bit of extra fat for those ultras, not yet available. And yeah, this is not looking good for Armani anymore. I regret all my previous statements. Armani, I think it might be time. I think it might be time to press those 2 little buttons. F10 and N. After typing GG, of course. If you want to be the nice guy. Of course, it is the best of 5, so it's not the end of the world just yet. I still feel like he made some great moves here and there, but we have to remember this was all off of the back of that roach aggression, of course, that didn't really get to do anything except for killing off one supply depot. Not that great. And yeah, not that great overall. But then ultimately, I mean, he did kind of get himself in a position where it felt winnable for him. It's just like he took fights with those Zerglings before anything else was there. And he took fights that weren't all that clean. Didn't see the triple medevacs coming in time. Losing one of those Vipers. Almost losing 2. Saving the other one just in the nick of time. But yeah. Felt a little bit bad afterwards. But, you know what, still. I think he can win a game. I think he can win a game here. I think he might be able to take some games from Innovation. He's got to not target supply depots when he's going in with Roaches and Ravagers, right? That was one of the biggest oofs right then and there. I mean, there were only like 3 Marines in that bunker as well. You could definitely just try and push into those. Game 2, he lost in that one in a very similar way. Of course, he played way better in GSL, but that's the stage for you. Yeah, maybe. Or it might be because he's playing versus Innovation this time around. Right, that could be the case too. I think not a lot of people would discuss that Bomber not on the same level as Innovation. Innovation he's just one of the best, right? If not the best. Some people would say he's the best. Some people say Maru is the best. But nonetheless, I mean, it's a point of discussion, right? He's definitely top 3 because Cure is also one of those really good Terrans, but he just beat Cure 2-0, so it's hard to say that Cure is better than Innovation at this moment in time. Anyway, top left side, there is a Blue Zerg fighting for Freaka Freaks. He is Armani. On the bottom right side, we have that red Terran. Again, he's just not killable right now. He's fighting for KC Gaming. He is Innovation. 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 Oh, man. I love those GSL voices. I need to look up all of them so I can, you know what, do some games with every single one that they've had. Except for the lady one, I suppose. Did they ever have a lady voice doing the names, dropping the names of the GSL players? I don't know if they did. I don't think they did. They do. They have done. They have diddly doodled on. Now, whenever you're confused about language and you think you messed something up, just mess it up to the extreme, right? That's the best tip I can give you. Just mess it up so much that everyone's like, ah, right, yeah, he meant to do something weird, right? That's right. He meant to do that thing. Anyway. Standard openings, once again. Very normal. And, yeah, Innovation. Already, what is it? $60 on his portfolio right now, isn't it? Let's see, he took down Kyo, he took down... Wait, was it Estrella? Yeah, okay, so that is $60. He didn't win a third best of 3 here. Otherwise, he would already have $90 in prize money. Just 60. Just 60 so far. He's going to be fighting, of course, for this 50 as well. Might be able to almost double it pretty much here. As, you know, Armani. Armani would be happy with just having that 50, of course, yeah. Or out of the one best of 5. That's a tough mountain to climb. A rough hill to walk over. A devious river to swim through. And a treacherous cavern to crawl through. I don't know. To crawl into. I don't know. What? How would you say it? Something like that. Anyway. Doubting myself too much. Need to commit more. Reaper. Let's get a little bit of a scout here. Sees that there's just a single gas. Gets a little bit of a shooty shoot going on those drones. Doesn't see a roach warren just yet, but of course that doesn't mean there is none. Could still be the case somewhere else. Banshees coming in here. We have the one Banshee right now with those, well, with the cloak on the way as well. Could do quite a bit of damage, as well as keep yourself safe from any type of roaches attack. Which luckily we're not seeing right now. There is a nice and early lay attack as well, so once they get that link or bailing speed a little bit earlier, I hope this time around as well. Yeah, just very standard stuff so far, guys. It is really the standard openings. Innovation being a little bit passive with those Hellions, perhaps. But, I mean, at least he's not losing them, right? That's one of the biggest deals. I mean, of course, you would love to do damage with them, but ultimately, I mean, just not losing them also very, very important, and can help out quite a bit for any later on push, right? Because then those are the moments sometimes when you have like 1 or 2 siege tanks, but then they're just not enough with a bunch of marines. If you have a bunch of aliens there as well, you're going to be able to keep those siege tanks safe just a bunch more easily, because of course you are going to be able to just burn away all those zerglings. What's in the what's? Well, okay, that is a lot of dead zerglings right now, and those Hellions not being targeted down as much right now as well. They are all pretty low HP, but that's, you know what? Okay, well, absolutely everything dying here for Armani. Holy smokes! Holy fire pits of hell, man! All right, those Hellions getting so much work done right there. 19 drone kills, and that's not something you see Innovation do a whole bunch, actually. It's one of those Terrans that doesn't just run in those Hellions pretty much. Wait, what? He's getting rotor speeds? He's getting the Banshee speed now as well? Man, he is just toying with his opponent. He's getting more factories too. Gosh darn. Alright. Indeed it is Mac. He is going to go up against the Spire here, so we'll have to wait and see how that unfolds itself for Innovation. 2 armories coming down now as well. It's going to be able to deny quite a bit of creep here. There we go. Those queens trying to just re-creep, spread everything as quickly as possible. More Hellions coming in right now. They don't have blue flame just yet, but with this amount of those Hellions, it's gonna be crazy. He cancelled the speed. Oh yeah, he did actually. Alright, that is a shame though. I was really hoping that would be the case, but I guess he scouted the Spire. Yeah, he did scout the Spire. So that actually, you know what, I'd say that's a really big brain move here. Oh my god, their drones are all clumped up. One good shot here could be quite devastating. A nice attempt to hold position here with those drones. And you know what, it's working out rather well. But 3 Hellions still enough to one-shot here. Still going to be able to do quite some more damage. And oh my jeez Louise. Oh god, alright. Well, this is disgusting. This is absolutely devastating. Oh, Zergs everywhere. Just woke up in shivers. Terrors, really. That was one of the bigger Hellion attacks I've seen in a while. 25 of those workers do go down. The 3 Banshees now as well. Coming back in with the Mutalisk being on the wrong side of the fence. On the other side of the map here. 3 Banshees. Alright, the Queens are able to handle them as they are very low HP. But this is just not looking all too great anymore for Armani, who is now half the worker count of Innovation here. That's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen at all, especially if you're facing a mech player. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Specifically, if you also have the, you know what, not just the worker count, but also the army count. That's just, oh, dear lord. Alright, well, there's the roach warren now being created. Might be able to get some refugees to kill off a supply depot somewhere. Oh, dear lord, Hermione. The thing is, it might still take a moment here for innovation to finish off its opponent, right? As with mech, you don't really walk across the map until you have a very large supply, right? Doesn't really happen. 2 SCVs do die here, but not too much. Is black humor allowed here? It depends on what black humor is. GG. Alright, there we go. It depends on what it is. Are you willing to take the risk and just get yourself banned? Perhaps, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. But you got some real furious mods sometimes in this channel, though, of course. They're on the ball. They got that hammer ready. They're waiting for it, man. It's been a while since they've tested it out, so... That's a 2-2-0 right now, and that was... one of the more one-sided games we've seen today. Well, winter subs are here, so get out the ban hammers. Alright, that's true. Man, damn straight. Damn straight. Alright, anyway. Game number 3. We'll be on the way. Is Innovation going to be able to get the clean sweep here? I'm not a winter sub myself. Ekelman, you know that which I speak of which I speak. Yeah. I don't. They ban a lot there as well, don't they? Actually. Maybe. Nice. Alright, anyway. Guys, I hope you're still having a good time. I hope you're enjoying yourself with these games that we are watching right now. Innovation versus Armani. If you want to get the replay pack, of course, go check out the Metrorino page. You can also, of course, keep some, you know what, add some codes in there as well to add to the prize pool. These players would very much appreciate it, and we would very much appreciate it as well. We'll show our sponsors that we overall always got a audience that is willing to do, you know what, thanks for participation, are willing to participate. Anyway, in this top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg fighting for Afrika Freaks. He is none other than Armani. In the bottom left, the red Terran. All hail the king. He is right now the champion so far. Standing on top of that, you know what? The throne of the hot streak. He is the red Terran from Kaisi Gaming. He is Innovation. Thank you for that follow as well. Renowney, you dear. That is anywhere near the right pronunciation. Could try to pronounce it a couple of different ways as well if you want me to right now, because we have some time. Ruauni, you dear. Or Runauni, you dire. That could be the case as well. Well, let me know if I was close at some point, anywhere, or not. If I wasn't close, all right. Anyway, again, very standard openings here for both players. Armani, you know what? I had my hopes up at the start, but I'm not quite sure if he's still going to be able to pull something through here. He is on his last leg. Needs to win 3 games in a row. That's going to be quite an achievement against most of the players that we had today, but maybe against this red Terran in particular. Innovation, just, you know what, he has been an entirely different beast, especially in online cups. It feels like Innovation is just able to bring his A game even more so than in offline cups. For some reason, it just does so much better. Right. Actually killing off one of those drones. Oh, Zerglings. 2 Zerglings falling. What is happening here today, guys? So many of those Zerglings are dying today to the Reaper harassment. It's not supposed to happen this way. Again, we have 2 kills. That's crazy. That's going to allow this Reaper to be a lot more dangerous against the creep tumors here. Although Armani does have 2 ways he can spread it now, of course, this on this map. Maybe the benefit of Zen here. He's going to be able to just go the other way, perhaps. Reaper in the main base, going to get a rescout, a nice little disruption of that mining. Oh, nicely blocking that drone from becoming a spore crawler, and the Hellion bit indecisive there, but you know what, he did get that kill, so we'll let him get away with it. 3 kills actually on this one. He's got he's got his merit badge in his pocket right now. Well deserved. Two Hellions coming in as well. Not getting too much to see here. Just 2 queens. Did he already check that 3rd base? Okay, yeah, he did. That's good. Let's see. Armani's fishing here for a while. Not getting to see too much. Wait, what? Alright, well. He's doing a good job from keeping Innovation away from this location here. I like the Hellions on the low ground with the Reaper just kind of trying to get those Zerglings to chase. And then maybe getting a little bit of a Zergling barbecue going. But yeah, guys, I've not mentioned it just yet, but I mean, it's coming again. The supply depots better be aware. They need to pay attention. This could be rather a problem for them. Although maybe, you know, well, no, there's a lot of links now as well being constructed. Yeah, he's definitely moving across the map here with a whole bunch of units. But there's already a Banshee right about to finish up here. Should be able to whittle away at those roaches rather easily. And yeah, alright, well, supply depots everywhere, be aware. Armani's roaches and Ravagers are back in town. Alright, no, actually, he is gonna walk past the supply depots. Here he goes, trying to get this engagement going. The bunker here being absolutely worth its weight in gold. And it looks like, you know what, a couple of those workers do fall here. We would love to see some biles landing more on top of those SCVs. Oh, just a little bit too far to the right. Still killing off a reasonable amount, but yeah, GG is called. Armani trying his best there with a bit of aggression, but didn't really get the damage he was looking for. GG's out of there, and that is going to be it here for both of these players. And unfortunately for us as well. You know what, Armani? You know what? Bit underwhelming there. Let's be honest. Not the greatest of show, unfortunately. But then again, he is playing against Innovation, the God Terran himself right now. And honestly, you know what? I think you can make quite a strong case about Innovation being the strongest Terran, especially in online cups. Just overall the best. Anyway, Zest might be the best, but you know what? If there was a better rhyme, Innovation, he would be prime. I don't know. That was bad. Anyway, my apologies, guys. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. All you winter viewers as well. That was absolutely amazing to have that happen. Thank you so much for all the follows. I hope you guys come check us out some other times as well. We're gonna have more tourneys and more events coming up pretty darn soon. The month of May. Be prepared. It's going to be pretty hectic for us. We're going to have some amazing stuff happening in May, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm very proud of it. We had it happen once before. I think Creighton hosted one of the same ones, but right now we have an even sicker lineup. It is a big, massive tournament coming up, a multi-day tournament, and well, I'm just very much looking forward to it. Be prepared for that one. It's coming up, guys. Thank you again for the follows. Thank you so much for the support for on those Matcherino pages. If you want to see the games in reverse, we want to see the well, go get those those replays. Oh wow. You want to get those replays, go check out the Matcherino as well. Go do it, guys. It's very much worth it. I'm going to go give you guys over to a dear friend of mine. Who's very much deserving. Let me see what he's doing at the moment. He really wants it, apparently. Let me go check out, actually, what he's up to. What is he up to? Those were some crazy games overall, guys. We saw some awesome StarCraft action. And we are gonna send you over to the Bar Star League with Creighton Olsen. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for the support. I've been Kozen. Hope to see you next time. Alright? Peace out, boys. Love those faces of yours. Alright, bye-bye. Oh, wait, it's